All right, so today we're looking at something a little bit different. You know, Supcase always are bringing you very nice cases for a very affordable price point. And today we have this Supcase Unicorn Mag XT. Now, this is kind of a spinoff of the Mag case that they have for the 13 Pro Max. I can't think of the name of it, where the kickstand actually popped out and served as a MagSafe. Now, I'm not even gonna lie to you, the case is already outside of the packaging because I thought that feature was in this case as well, but I saw that it wasn't. But this time they gave us a kickstand over the camera protector. So we'll get into the case in a minute. Always, let's go ahead and start off with the dad clip. So all of my dad clips out there, all of my dads, put that hashtag dad clip if you still use the holster. And I know a lot of people do. Depending on your occupation, you still need to use one of these. And I'm not knocking it, but Supcase are still giving you the holsters if that's something you need. 360-degree swivel, has a little soft spot right here so your screen doesn't get, you know, damaged. And this thing snaps in good and she's in there if that's what you're into. But we're not here to talk about the holster. That's just an add-on. We're here to talk about the Mag XT. Now, like I stated, I thought this case was going to be the exact same one that actually had the MagSafe ring as a kickstand, but it doesn't. Hopefully, I think that's coming out. It may already be out for the 14 Pro Max. I don't think I have it in. Supcase, you already know what it is. But let's go ahead and take a look at the case. So on the back side, you're going to get that MagSafe ring. You're going to get the Unicorn Beetle. You get your alignment magnet on the outside, I feel like this time. So on the inside, you're going to get the MagSafe ring, but on the outside, you have your alignment magnet right there. And hopefully, that's what it used for on the outside. Nice soft lining on the inside. Also, a very nice soft lining as it comes to the camera lens protector over here. And that's exactly what this is. You kind of have a door for your camera. And we already know, man, one of the main things that you do, that I do, and I know that you do, is you wipe your cameras off when you pick up your phone because those cameras just get so dirty and you got to keep them clean and you wiping them off. I know you are, but that's what this door can be used for, and I'm not mad at it at all. Has a very nice certified snap to let you know it's closed, but it has a very sturdy hinge. This isn't, you can basically stop this at any angle that you want to, and that I can appreciate because it doesn't feel cheap or anything like that. Along the outsides of it, you're going to get a lot of shock protection on the sides. You're going to get buttons. You're going to get little grips on the sides. Supcase, and these buttons almost look like they're metallic, but I believe they are plastic if I'm not mistaken, which isn't bad, but I'm always team metallic buttons and I'm always team interchangeable buttons. That's just me when it comes to these accessories. But we'll take a look at the case when we get the phone all up in there, and let's go ahead and grab my scale so we can see what the weight of this XT is. Now, let's drop it on the scale. This is going to be 73 grams, all right? So you got 73 grams, so it's going to weigh a little bit more, but this case is giving you a little bit more protection than your average case. So that's not what I'm worried about. So let's go ahead and slap the 14 Pro Max in here, all right? And let's see what this has going on. Make sure the case is in there all good. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at it. This red color is just absolute fire. I love this kind of metallic red that Supcase has going on. It's always been a red. It always grabbed my attention. And there it is. You're going to get that camera lens right there. So when you're not using your camera, you can basically close it, and that's another level of protection when it comes to your camera. So let's go ahead and step around the case. Let's see what's going on. So on that top side, it's going to be closed. Just like I stated, you're going to get some very nice bumps on the top sides of this. It's really going to help when you were talking about drop protection. Flipping it over on the right side of the case, you're going to get that power button, which is raised, which is nice and tactile, doesn't stick out a bunch. You kind of have an indentation right here when it comes to your top bumps going down, and when it opens to your bottom bumps, you're going to have a little gap here. There are grips here on the side. So Supcase, thank you for adding grip. They said we're going to add a little bit of grip to this. I always tell you, man, every case needs MagSafe, but every case also needs some more grip, and that's exactly what they did on that bottom half. Flipping it over on the side, flipping it over on the bottom, you can see all of your cutouts and everything like that is spot on. No issues. They're accurate cutouts, as you can see. And on that left side, very similar to the right, you got your volume up and down. You have those same grips. Very nice area for your mute toggle switch. You can get in there just fine. No issues there at all. And flipping it over on the back, as you can see right here, you're going to get your MagSafe. You're going to get that camera lens protector. We don't even got to talk about camera protection because you can just close it and you are fully protected when it comes to your camera. Now, let's go ahead and talk about lay on the table protection. Of course, I am rocking that tempered glass screen protector. And even with that, it has a faint lip that goes all the way around it. Not anything super heavy duty, but when you set it down on the table, you know it's not setting it on the screen because you can feel it hit that rubber frame going on around it, and you know that it's not sitting on the actual screen itself. So from the bumps on the side, you would think it would have a little bit more screen protection, but it's nothing too serious. I think you'll be just fine. a real medium-ish drop protection. I'm not gonna say this is super heavy duty because I would like to see that screen raised up just a little, but I give it a little bit of medium protection when it comes to that. Now, how does the case fit on the phone? That's what I am basically curious about. So when it comes to that top side, you're gonna have a little bit of give when it comes to the material there. Not bad, doesn't feel like it's gonna get loose over time. Feel like everything snaps right back in place. Coming along the sides, you're gonna get a little bit of give when it comes to those buttons, but as you go down the side, this is gonna be very stiff. No issues there. When it comes down to the bottom down here, everything is still fairly stiff when it comes to that material. It doesn't feel like anything is gonna get loose or anything like that over time. So overall, very nice fit when it comes around it. And then when you're talking about snapping it off, everything feels like it snaps right into place. It's easy to come off, but I don't feel like this is going to be something that's going to be able to come off on its own. Now, Supcase, you know, I'm always going to be nitpicky. I'm always going to be very precise when it comes to fitting your hands. As I grab this case, I can feel the case kind of wanting to tighten up on the phone a little bit, as in there's a little bit of air that's between the case and the phone. This could be a little bit, you know, a little bit of a nuisance when you're holding it. I'm not saying you're sitting here squeezing your phone, but I can tell that there's something there on the side when you are squeezing it. So something to really take note of. Let me know if I have a defect, but I'm always going to review a case for what it is. That right there, and you can kind of hear it. So there's something going wrong with the outside of this case when it comes to the air pockets. Something is going on in that matter. Now, how does the case feel on the phone? The case feels good. It has good grip. And I feel like, you know, they have some type of, I know some people really talk about sharp corners and things when I'm talking about a case. And this corner here could be a little, I can see this, somebody saying could be a little bit sharp. When you're holding it in your hand, it could be a little bit sharp. But for the most part, it feels good. It gives you grip. It gives you a good, confident grip that you're not going to drop it. And that's rare to say for most cases because a lot of cases doesn't have grip, and I feel like they have a good level of grip when it comes to this case. Now let's go ahead and check MagSafe out, and then we're going to get to that camera lens kickstand. And when you're dropping it on MagSafe, it is lifted up a little bit because you can tell it's resting on that camera lens protector, but MagSafe still works. And when you're talking about the strength of it, it doesn't have a lot of MagSafe strength. I'm just being real. This is a very weak magnet, to be 100% honest. A very weak magnet, but MagSafe works. But I would have to say this magnet is probably one of a very weak magnet. So Supcase, if you're listening to me, I know I've had your cases with stronger magnets. I'm not 100% sure, but this case does have a weak magnet. It works fine with MagSafe, but this has a it has a weak magnet. It just barely sits up there, and it has any, like, I'm just not feeling that tug and that magnetic strength that I like to see. It doesn't have to be super strong, but I feel like I need to get a little bit more strength when it comes to this case. So next thing up is going to be the camera protector. Now this is basically going to be used as that kickstand. So I can get with this because it's a different kickstand that you normally don't see. I know a few people out there have the camera kickstands. I've never used them. This is the first time I've experienced it, and I'm fine with it. This one really can be adjusted to any angle because it has that very nice tension on that spring that's not allowing it to flop down or anything like that. We know this is a big boy 14 Pro Max, so it has the weight, and it's holding it just fine when it comes to that lens protector. So that I can appreciate. When you're done with it, close it, and it's out the way. As I always like to say, it's a product that's there when you need it. It's out of the way when you don't. And once it's all together, if you need to live that dead clip life, there it is. Strap it up on your wrist, strap it up on your hip, not on your wrist, and you are good to go. So the Supcase Unicorn Mag XT. You know, Supcase always has those crazy names. Should you buy it? $26.99. Right now, you can go ahead and clip a 10% coupon, I think, over on Amazon. That's the good thing about Supcase products. They're on Amazon. You can get them fairly quick, and they are fairly priced. $26.99 is not a bad price. I would like to see a few things cleaned up with this case. The fit on the outside is just a little bit suspect when you're talking about grabbing it. Kind of feels like there's a little bit of play in the case, and the MagSafe strength. If you don't use MagSafe, it's not an issue for you. If you use MagSafe for everything like myself, that strength is really on the weak side of the magnet, and I would love to see that thing right there improve. So that's what it is when it comes to the Supcase, man. Definitely go check it out. Links down below. But if you want to check any other Supcase video out, if you need a little bit more protection that Supcase provides, I'll be sure to pop their video of their Unicorn Beetle, the heavy duty one. The names kill me, man. I'll pop the video up above.